What's the most difficult question that you have ever been asked? I sometimes watch University Challenge and I'm always amazed by the rather esoteric and somewhat bizarre knowledge that some of the contestants on that show actually have, because they do know the answers to some really very obscure questions. But I wonder, what is the most powerful question that you've ever been asked? Hi there, thanks for joining me again. Week 13, quarter of the way through the year, as I reflect on a year in the life of an executive coach. My name is Pete Last. Thank you very much for joining, and thanks for watching these videos, especially those of you who engage and leave comments. I really do appreciate it. So I've been doing a little series the last few weeks on questions and how coaches use questions. And the idea of powerful questions is something that comes up a lot in writing about coaching and in some of the discussions I have with other coaches. And it's used a lot, that phrase, did you ask a powerful question, or what have been powerful questions that you've used with clients? And I guess it just got me thinking a little bit, what do we mean when we talk about a question being powerful? So I suppose a few things sprung to mind. I suppose really it could be a question that gets a client to really stop and think. So often when I ask clients a question, they respond, almost immediately with an answer. But I guess a more powerful question is one where actually they have to stop and think, oh, okay, I need to take my time over that one. And a few occasions when I've been working with clients, they've actually articulated that and gone, wow, that's a really good question, which forces them to stop and think. And I'm learning in my practice not to be afraid of the silences that are needed to allow that process to happen. There's a tendency, a lot of us have it, I know I do, that if there's a silence, we kind of think, I better fill it because it feels a bit awkward. But actually sometimes it's good just to let the client stop and really think. So maybe a powerful question is a question that stops the client in their tracks, makes them think. I think also powerful questions are questions that help give clients clarity. Sometimes working with many clients of mine, it's clear that for some of them it's difficult to see the wood for the trees at times. So a powerful question is, I think, often a question that allows them to just metaphorically step back a little bit and look a little bit more clearly and maybe a little bit more objectively at their current situation. Helps to get them sometimes out of the box that they found themselves stuck in. I think as well a powerful question is one that's probably for me free of judgment on my part. It's not in any sense a leading question. It's not me trying to steer the client towards a particular approach or response. It is genuinely a question that gets to the heart of the matter and really helps the client unlock the position that they find themselves in. You can, as a coach, I've got some in a folder sitting next to me here in my office. You can actually sort of download good questions for coaches. I guess there's a place for that sort of thing, a sort of go-to list of suitable and useful questions that one might use in a coaching session. But I think for me it's far more organic. It's about the relationship you establish with your client. It's about me as a coach understanding your context as a client and me being able to therefore ask questions that are relevant to your context that I think are going to help develop you and move you forwards. So I don't think powerful questions have to be complicated questions. In fact, it's interesting that in the last few months, especially during the COVID restrictions, which are thankfully beginning to be lifted as I record this session, one of the most powerful questions I've asked clients is simply at the beginning of the session, how are you? And on a couple of occasions, clients have burst into tears when I've asked them that question, because often in their working week, I might be the only person who actually asks that question, who actually has got the time to sit and listen to the answer. So that, for me, is also a very powerful question. So there you go, a few weeks reflections on questions and their effectiveness within coaching. I'm going to move on to another topic in next week, but thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for watching these videos, and feel free to comment if you wish to. Take care then. Bye bye.